This thing can do pretty much anything that I want. I love it. Hello everybody, welcome back to my studio. Today I'm going to talk about Baselight and specifically their new macOS version. What is Baselight? Well, it is a color grading software, just like Davinci Resolve. And it used to be, to have access to Baselight, you had to buy a specific hardware machine that was customized in order to run that specific software, like for effectiveness, right? It costs quite a lot of money. And with the release of this new macOS version, Baselight is now more accessible than ever to freelancers around the world. I've been a long-time Davinci Resolve user, and I'm going to try and show you Baselight through that perspective. So when you first discover Baselight UI, you can customize this thing any style that you want. So for example, here I had the need of an image viewer, so that can, in my screen recording, so you can see the image I'm working on. I have it as a floating window here. If I want to reduce this panel on the left, I can do so. I can like move and add windows, floating windows, the way that I want. So I can entirely customize it for my specific needs. So on the left here I have some grading controls, which we're going to have a look at in a minute. And below here is my track, which represents basically my timeline. So I have all the different shots in my project right here. Unlike Resolve, Baselight isn't working with nodes, it's working with layers. So this is the original state of my image, the gray strip, and below are the different layers that compose the look that I've created. In Baselight, the layer underneath takes precedence over the one on top, unlike Photoshop, for example. So if I disable all these layers and I can activate my look, for example, here are my primary corrections right here, and here's my texture. Okay, so for example, if I disable my look, you see that my look happens after my exposure, for example, right? So here is my film strip right here. I can see all the shots in my timeline. I also like to have a shots view right here so I can quickly bounce from one shot to the next. So if I want to go from shot number 3 back to this shot, for example, I can do that very quickly. Here on the upper left hand corner of the UI, I have access to some of my controls. Here I'm parked on base grade, and base grade are photometric adjustments. So if I touch the balance here, which is my mid trackball and ring, if I open it up, it's like opening the exposure, and if I close it, it's like closing the iris in my camera, right? I can also change the white balance in a similar way, so that would be before, after, so I have access to that. If I want to, I can manipulate my light ring right here on the right, so if I want to decrease these whites a little bit, like that, for example, before, after, I can do so. And these controls are really well designed and they feel really comfortable and organic to use. I can, if I want to, change the pivot point of that control. So let's say I want to attack only like the top whites here. All right, so before, after, I can do so, right? It's really convenient to use. Something that I really love about base grade is called balance bumps. It's like printer lights, but photometric. So you don't have, for example, that contamination in your shadows when you push it a bit too much. Because it's photometric, it's just like changing your white balance in camera. And I can access to balance bumps on my panel right here. So if I want to add a couple clicks of cyan, I can do that on the panel directly. It's just something that I like very much. Now, speaking of the control surface that I have right here, this one is called the slate. It's not the biggest one. There's the blackboard, which is even bigger, but I have 3 trackballs right here, and they will respond to whichever operator I have in there. So if I am on base grade, so the trackball on the left will operate the dim zone, the balance, the light, film grade. So here now my mid-range trackball becomes my contrast. Okay. And if I'm on video grade, now it becomes lift, gamma, gain right here. Okay. Each little button on this panel is a small screen, which you can entirely customize. If I'm going into Baselight and I go into chalk, I can see the way my panel is mapped and I can change the layout of the buttons. This is quite powerful because now I can customize it for my style of grading. If I'm left-handed, right-handed, whatever, if I want to have access to some specific options and another colorist might not want these, might want other ones, you can customize it the way you want. The thing with Blackmagic Panels, for example, is that you can't change the way the buttons are mapped, even on the advanced panel. So if there is some buttons that you don't use, you can't really change them with other functionalities, for example. On this panel, I can do whatever I want. And that is quite powerful when it comes to comfort for day-to-day use and speed. I think it's wonderful. There's even like a jog wheel. So if I want to move across my timeline, I can just press Command and turn that right ring, and I can move across my timeline super effectively. I can zoom, I can, move my image around. If I create a window, for example, like this one, I can move it around with my trackball as well, adjust its size. I mean, it's just, this thing can do pretty much anything that I want. I love it. It's like I don't have to add all these modules like I would do with the mini panel on Resolve, for example, in order to add functionalities, in order to add buttons, because I'm not liking, for example, the layout and I can't customize the buttons. So being able to do that on that sort of form factor is something that I think is really admirable. Also the fact that the panel isn't too deep, it's more spread out horizontally like that. It's more comfortable for day-to-day use. I don't have to reach out far for some control, so I can be more comfortable when grading. I really feel the difference coming from the Blackmagic Mini panel, for example. Speaking of the panel, obviously this one is going to be a lot more expensive than a mini panel, but a lot cheaper than a Resolve advanced panel, for example. But I mean, Baselight is a premium software, and there's a price tag associated with it. But if you're a freelancer and you work on a bunch of projects, that's something that you might want to consider. There's small little add-ons like that, could be for effectiveness, speed, etc., that you're gonna really like. If you are not subscribed yet to my Instagram account, you are missing out, because I am now posting breakdowns of some of my past professional projects there and other stuff. So feel free to have a look and hit the follow button. I'll see you there. Now I want to talk about Baselight LOOK development tool, which is called Chromogen. And oh boy, I'm in love with that thing. So I'm going to go on my layer 14, and so here's the UI of Chromogen, right? So you can see a 3D representation of your look right there. You have access to the different operators that compose your look, and on each parameter you can control it. So now I'm going to go on my presets right here. So I'm going to load my C102, which is a film look, by the way, Japanese film look. I'm going to double click on it. It's loading it, and it's loading all the different operators that compose that look. So for example, if I want to have access to the contrast component of that look, I can tweak the contrast. I can tweak the highlight pivot right there to my liking. If I want to have access to the red saturation component of that look, I can have access to it right here. And it's like being able to open a LUT, go inside it and customize it the way you want. And that look is going to be scene referred, not break. It's just absolutely mind-blowing. And if you want, obviously you can create your own look from scratch. So I can add, for example, some contrast boost. On that panel I can increase the contrast. I can go and add a color saturation operator. So if I want to increase my saturation here in my Y blue axis and maybe decrease it in my red green axis, so I can do so right there. I can go into neutral tint. Let's say I want to tint my shadows cool. There you go, amount. There you go. So that could be a look right there. So if I bypass my look, my new look, that's what I've just briefly designed with Chromogen. Obviously you can go a lot deeper with it. The main thing to keep in mind is that these operators are made in such a way to be smooth and not break your image. So you can really come up with an original, robust look that can translate to SDR, HDR, etc. I think Chromogen is a game-changing tool because you have the guarantee that when creating a look with it, it's not going to break because it's smooth operations on top of smooth operation, etc. It's not really going to break your images. If you work with Resolve and you don't have access to a color science team, for example, like they would have in some really big facilities, you can be in trouble if your looks break in the middle of a show or something. You don't have that sort of like fail-safe capacity. So having a tool set like Chromogen, I mean, for me as a creative, it's just something I'm really happy to have. Speaking of the color management system in Baselight, it's very robust. I don't have to double check if I checked the right checkboxes, for example, to move from color space A to color space B, and maybe in the middle of a project I can realize that something was wrong and I have to redo something entirely. Let me show you. So how it works. I go into views, I go into color space journey, and this tab opens. So here I have my input color space, which is Panasonic V-Log V Gamut. It's converted into Filmlight T-Log E Gamut 2, which is going to be my working space. So in Resolve it would be, for example, Davinci White Gamut. So that's T-Log in our case here, and it's been converted with TCAM V3 DRT. I could pick another one if I want to. It's like a LUT that is converting my working space into my display space, so Rec 709 Gamma 2.4 in my case. And I know it's been done properly, I can trust it, I can focus on grading. I just wanted to give you a brief tour about Baselight, like the panel, the UI, the things that I feel are really good, especially from a long-time Resolve user. If you want to give a try the Baselight, you can go on their website. You can have a 14-day trial, if I'm not mistaken, on Baselight S and Baselight M. The S version is the one that I'm using. It's tailored for freelancers such as myself. You can also give a try to Baselight LOOK. It's like a demo version of Baselight, so you don't have access to all the features. I don't think you have access to Chromogen into it. You are capped when it comes to like the exports. I think you can only export 8-bit. But if you want to just play with it on your computer, just go ahead, go on their website and download it, take it for a spin. Let me know what you thought about this video. Comment down below, leave a like, subscribe to the channel to not miss the future updates that I'm going to make. And I will see you in the next one. Salut, prenez soin de vous.